So I Hate Fairyland issue number 1. Unlike most videos where I do the most recent issue of a series, I'm actually going to be doing issue 1, even though so far, at the time of this recording, there's 15 issues out already. I'm just going to do issue 1. The series is from Image and it's by Scotty Young. I don't really know him. Then again, I don't really know artists and writers and all that stuff. I'm starting to kind of learn because I've been reading a lot of comics, but I'm not as knowledgeable as like other YouTubers when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I love the hell out of this series. This series is one of my new favorites. I have the first 3 volumes of this series, and like I said, it's freaking amazing. It reminds me a lot of Conquer's Bad Fur Day, especially the very first arc, especially the way it ended. I saw, I believe it was like a special edition at my local comic book store, and it looked kind of cool. I kind of flipped through it and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty awesome. And then I looked at the price, and the price was $5.99. I kind of debated maybe picking it up or not, but I kind of walked around the store to see if there's anything else I want instead. When I saw Fairyland, I Hate Fairyland Volume 1, and Volume 1 was only $2 more. And then I thought to myself, do I want to pay $5.99 for one issue, even if it's like a special edition? Or do I want to pay $2 more but get 5 issues, the first 5 issues? So I ended up picking up Volume 1, read it, loved the hell out of it, and just started collecting all the volumes that came out. It is amazing. So let's stop gushing and just get right into it. So the story is about a little girl named Gertrude who acts like any other little girl, and she kind of wants to, like, one of her wishes is to have like a magical adventure, and her wish comes true one day. And man, I actually feel sad for her when I see this and what she becomes, because like the floor, basically, like she's like screaming for help, like for someone to help her, because the floor is like eating her. She falls into this abyss, and the whole time she's just like screaming, I don't want to die. And superimposed by that is funny narration. So like the narration goes, she was on her way to an amazing world filled with wonder and magic and laughter and joy. And the whole time as we're seeing this, she's screaming and crying, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, as she's plummeting towards the earth. And she splats into the ground and gets really messed up. Black eye, broken teeth, the bone in one of her arms is fractured and poking out of her skin, like just really messed up. And basically she meets the queen of Fairyland, who tells her, like, you're about to go on this wonderful adventure. Here's Larrigan Winsworth. He's a fly. He's going to be your guide, and he has the map of all the lands. And basically you have to go on this journey and find this key, which will open up a door that will take you back to your world. You can't go back to your world until you find this key and open this door. So she sets out on this adventure, and 27 years pass. 27 years go by and she still hasn't found this key. And Gertrude she's in her 30s now, but she still looks as if she was as a kid, like when she first arrived. She's basically a 30-something-year-old woman trapped in this child body, and she's gone psychotic because of the fact that all she's been able to eat has been like candy and sugar. She's in this like crazy fairy tale land where everything is like happy and sunshine and rainbows, and it's just she just had a mental breakdown. She's like snapped. So she's just psychotic. She's constantly cussing, but she cusses like in a funny kind of way, like in like there's no F-bombs or anything like that. Instead she says stuff like, Larry, it's been 4 days since we passed Peppermint Pike. We should be at the Candy's Muffin Huggin' Rock by now. So like it's almost like Adventure Time, where they use like, crazy made up words for their cursing, which I thought was kind of funny, and it really fits the whole fairy tale theme. Even Larry the fly has just he's kind of, I don't want to say he's snapped, but he's just done. Like you look at him, like he's no longer happy. He's tired. He's just weary. He's like ruffled appearance, constantly smoking. This adventure was supposed to be short, but 27 years passed and she still hasn't completed it. It was kind of funny because throughout all this, we get like this narration: the sweet young girl who was once filled with hope and joy was taken over by the hateful, miserable, disgusting, revolting, wretched, horrendous, putrid, and then Gertrude's like, and fluff that guy. Hey, you know I can hear you, right? And it's because the moon that they're flying by is actually the narrator. And she gets into an argument with the moon. I was like, oh, this is... So yeah, she gets into an argument with the moon. And the moon, basically like how, like, you know, you're the worst ever. Your narration sucks. And then the moon's like, how dare you? Like, you know, I'm a high teller in the Sacred Guild of Narrators. You should show me respect. And Gertrude's like, here's some respect. She pulls out a cannon and blows up the moon. And then and then she turns around. She notices all the stars are like watching her, and they're freaked out. And then she's like, oh no, witnesses. So then she pulls out like this cannon machine gun, and she destroys all the stars because she can't have any witnesses to her murder. So she destroys and she murders all the stars. And we see the queen, and she's looking at the sky. And she's like, wow, there's so many shooting stars. It's so majestic. And all of a sudden, one of the stars flies and splats her in the face. And she looks down. She sees it's like all these stars are falling, and they're like, they have like cannon holes in their bodies, and they're dying. And they're like, help us. And then the queen's like, it's Gertrude. Like, we have to find a way to get rid of her because she's destroying Fairyland. So yeah, the Queen of Fairyland, who's supposed to be like, you know, the good witch from Oz, kind of like she's supposed to be like nice and majestic. She puts a hit on this little girl who's not really little anymore. And I'm just like, oh, this story is awesome. This story is awesome. Like, I freaking love it. We cut back to Gertrude, who has just finished robbing a bank. And we get these little mushroom men who, their weapons are frogs. Basically, they squeeze frogs and like the tongues come out, and they wrap around Gertrude and they electrocute her. And they take her into the Slug Lord. And they're like, Slug Lord, what should we do with her? Should we send her to the dung mines? Or maybe put her to work in the gooper holes? The Slug Lord, that was kind of funny. You can't really see it, but on his belly it says Slug Life. And he's all dressed out in bling. Oh, I freaking love this series. But yeah, he's like, how about I give you a riddle? And Gertrude's like, you know what? I'm tired of riddles. Just do your worst. And Slughorn's like, okay, how about I give you the third option? I grind your guts and bones and use them in tomorrow's gumbo. And she's like, all right, give me the riddle. So he gives this really long riddle. I'm not going to read it all, but it's just a giant riddle. And Gertrude's kind of thinking about it, and then she's like, oh, I got it. And the Slug Lord's confused, like, really? You figured it out? And she's like, yeah, just come in close and I'll give you the answer. So the Slug Lord gets in close, and Gertrude grabs his clock medallion, flips onto his back, and it starts choking him. And then she's like, I got a riddle for you. It's not a swan, not a bear, not a goat with a grudge, but it is getting choked out and about to be dead as fudge. And before she can kill him, the mushroom police like tackle her. I'm not gonna be able to show this panel either, but before they can open fire on her, Gertrude jumps at them and starts just ripping their heads and starts biting into them. Basically, she starts eating them because they're mushroom people. So she starts eating all the shrooms. Like, she jumps out of a window, and Larry has gotten this flying pig who owes him a favor, and basically Gertrude lands on the pig, and they're flying off to safety, and the shrooms kick in, and Gertrude starts going on a drug trip. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. She goes on this drug trip, and then they fly to Ice Cream Land, and Gertrude just starts freezing, and she starts throwing up because she's crashing from her drug trip from eating the shroom people. And Yeah, so Larry pulls out a map. So Gertrude's trying to figure out, okay, where can we go now that we haven't found the freaking key? And then the issue ends with this barbarian arriving, and it's the barbarian that the fairy queen has contracted that she that she has to put a hit on Gertrude, and that's how the issue ends. So yeah, that's issue one of I Hate Fairyland. Do you guys want me to do more? I've actually thought about maybe doing a review for every issue, because I can do that and just love it, because I freaking love recording recording for this video, because it's just, this series is so great. Like, for anyone who thought Shirtless Bear Fighter was awesome, this series is so much better. And that's not a knock on Shirtless Bear Fighter, because Shirtless Bear Fighter was awesome. That's just proving how much I Hate Fairyland is. Fairyland is, yeah, you know what? Fairyland is one of my favorite series of all time. Easily top 3. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend going and picking it up. You can probably get the first volume super cheap. Like I said, I got the first volume for like $7. But I highly recommend picking it up. It is so great. It deserves so much recognition and love. And I'm hoping it does so well, because I want to see the series keep going, because it is just so, I can't just stop saying how amazing it is. It's so awesome. So yeah, that was I Hate Fairyland issue number 1. If you guys want to see more of I Hate Fairyland, I would love to do more. Just let me know, and I would gladly do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Anyone who has been reading I Hate Fairyland, what do you think? And for anyone who hasn't, has this video made you want to go pick it up? I hope it does, because like I said, this series deserves your attention. It's that great. Like, I'm one of those, I don't really like giving recommendations. I'll usually just say whether I like a series or not. But I recommend the heck out of this series. Go pick it up. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.